fluid cycles. The climate, the land, the ocean, ecosystems, all life on this planet is crying out for assistance. Got to end war, make peace, do right by one another. Be generous to every human sister and brother. To achieve these sustainable development goals, we'll give it our minds, hearts, bodies, and souls. Like birds who have stretched their wings, take the 17 goals and sing. We love the SDGs. We love the SDGs. Ending poverty and hunger, living healthy lives. Education and equality go side by side. We love the SDGs. We love the SDGs. Taking care of all the life in the ocean and land. Clean energy and water, they go hand in hand. We love the SDGs. We love the SDGs. An economy that gives us what we all really need. Green cities, green products, and a lot less green. We love the SDGs. We love the SDGs. Now we have to come together, live in justice and peace. Turn dreaming to reality for you and me. We love the SDGs. We love the SDGs. Ending poverty and hunger, living healthy lives. Education and equality go side by side. We love the SDGs. We love the SDGs. Taking care of all the life in the ocean and land. Clean energy and water, they go hand in hand. There's a bright new star that's shining. Can you see its light? And it's pointing in one direction. I just know it's right. There are 17 goals to strive for, and the road is long. But maybe this is what we were meant for. We're 7 billion strong. Can this finally be our time? Can these 17 goals all rhyme? We love the SDGs. We love the SDGs. And in poverty and hunger, living healthy lives. Education and equality go side by side. We love the SDGs. We love the SDGs. Taking care of all the life in the ocean and land. Clean energy and water, they go hand in hand. We love the SDGs. We love the SDGs. An economy that gives us what we all really need. Green cities, green products, and a lot less green. We love the SDGs. We love the SDGs. Now we have to come together, live in justice and peace. Turn dream into reality for you and me. The nations have met and spoken, and the words ring true. Whether words turn into action depends on what we do. They're talking of transformation, a whole system's view. But whether we can hold the whole planet in our hearts and minds depends on me and you. Like birds who have stretched their wings, taking 17 goals and say, we love the SDGs. We love the SDGs. And in poverty and hunger, living healthy lives. Education and equality go side by side. We love the SDGs. We love the SDGs. Taking care of all the life in the ocean and land. Clean energy and water, they go hand in hand. We love the SDGs. We love the SDGs. An economy that gives us what we all really need. Green cities, green products, and a lot less green. We love the SDGs. We love the SDGs. Now we have to come together, live in justice and peace. Turn dream into reality for you and me. And for everyone, and the ones who come after us. And poverty everywhere in all its forms. And hunger, make health and well-being the norm, provide education everywhere for all ages, create decent jobs that pay decent wages, clean energy and water for the whole population, clean up industry with lots of green innovation, equality and empowerment for women and girls, equality for everyone all over this world. Creating sustainable cities is vital. All production and consumption has to stay in closed cycles. The climate, the land, the ocean, ecosystems, all life on this planet is crying out for assistance. Got to end war, make peace, do right by one another. Be generous to every human sister and brother. To achieve these sustainable development goals, we'll give it our minds, hearts, bodies, and souls. Like birds who have stretched their wings, take the 17 goals and say, we love the SDGs, we love the SDGs. Ending poverty and hunger, living healthy lives, education and equality go side by side. We love the SDGs, we love the SDGs. Taking care of all the life in the ocean and land, clean energy and water, they go hand in hand. We love the SDGs, an economy that gives us what we all really need. Green cities, green products, and a lot less green. We love the SDGs. Now we have to come together, live in justice and peace, turn dream into reality for you and me. We love the SDGs. We love the SDGs. Ending poverty and hunger, living healthy lives, education and equality go side by side. Taking care of all the life in the ocean and land, clean energy and water, they go hand in hand.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for joining us today for the online program on empowering students' leadership in sustainable development goals, SDGs, via intergenerational learning and knowledge transfer. So our welcome ceremony will begin shortly, but first, this is a reminder to all the participants to please register for today's program by clicking the registration link provided in the chat box or by scanning the QR code which will be shown on screen. So once again, this is a reminder to all the participants to please register for today's program by clicking the registration link provided in the chat box or by scanning the QR code that will be shown on screen. Once again, this is a reminder to all of the participants. If you've just please remember the program by clicking the registration link in the chat box or by scanning the QR code that will be shown on the screen. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and a very good morning to Dr. Jafaring Lalung, the Coordinator Regional Center of Expertise, RCE Penang, CGSS of University Science Malaysia, the content experts, Dr. Nick Norman Nick Hassan of RCE Penang, University Science Malaysia, Dr. Adia Nadaswari of RCE Yogyakarta, Universitas Gajah Mada, Ms. Gina Kim from RCE Tongyang, South Korea, Ms. Jaehyun Park from RCE Tongyang, South Korea, to the RCE Penang Fellows, USM staff, RCE family, teachers, youth, and of course the students. My name is Amira, your moderator for today's program, and on behalf of RCE Penang, I would like to extend a very warm welcome to all of you. We appreciate all of you taking time off your busy schedules to join us today for our online program on empowering students' leadership in sustainable development goals, the SDGs, via intergenerational learning and knowledge transfer, which is organized by RCE Penang CGSS in collaboration with the Penang Education Council for Science and Technology Awareness Program. So the main objectives for today's program is to develop student leadership for building a sustainable society through education and sharing knowledge from the perspective of youth regarding the Sustainable Development Goals, SDGs. So we hope you'll learn a lot today as we have lined up for you activities that are fruitful and also engaging. So before we begin, I would like to remind to all of the participants to please mute your microphones to prevent any interruption during the session. Thank you. So to start off this morning's formalities, I would like to invite Dr. Jafaring Lalu, the Coordinator Regional Center of Expertise of RCE Penang, University Science Malaysia, to deliver his welcoming speech. So please welcome Dr. Jafaring Lalu.
Thank you very much, Mira, and thank you everyone for attending this event today. I think we have a lot of attendees from different countries. I think we have especially Mr. Jaehyun Park from Tongyong University, from RC Tongyong, and also from RC Yogyakarta and RC Penang. Thank you so much for attending our event today, and also thank you very much for the organizing committees, Ms. Dira, Ms. Wana, and everyone else who has been working very hard for this event. And also thank you for our sponsors. Actually, today's event is funded by the Penang Education Council and under the program of Science and Technology Promotion Program. I think first of all, before I start, I wanted to explain about what RCE is about. So in 2003, in response to the United Nations resolution on, is that okay, Mira? Okay. In 2003, in response to the United Nations resolution to NTSD, United Nations University Institute for the Advanced Study and Sustainability launched the ESD project with funding from, okay, never mind, with funding support from the Minister of the Environment, Japan. That leads to the formation of a regional center for expertise on educational for sustainable development. Among the first 7 pioneers of RCE, and as of January 2022, we have about 170 RCE officially has been acknowledged by the United Nations University worldwide. And our center is still at the UNUIAS, Tokyo, Japan. But for Malaysia, we're actually parked under the Center for Global and Sustainability Studies in University Science Malaysia. And this center is actually managing everything on sustainability in the University Science Malaysia. And if you don't know where University Science Malaysia is, it's actually in Penang, the northern part of Malaysia. And a bit of SDG. SDG is the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. It's actually global goals, and this is a collection of 17 interlinked global goals designed to be shared as a blueprint for peace and prosperity for people and the planet for now and the future. And there are 17 SDGs which was set up in 2017. But for today, we're going to focus into 3 SDGs, which is SDG 3, good health and well-being, SDG 4, quality education, and SDG 15, life on land. So the concept of this event is actually university lecturers or teachers trained our youth, and youth will then give us what we call webinar, which is going to happen today, and hopefully this will school children will learn from them, and then will take part in our video competitions. I think we're very lucky today. We have speakers from Malaysia, which is represented by Mr. Muhammad Zarif, and we have from RCE Yogyakarta, Indonesia, Muhammad Arif, and RCE Dongyong from South Korea, Mr. Min Wook Choi. And thank you so much for the trainers. We have Mr. Jae Hyun Park and Ms. Gina from RCE Dongyong, South Korea, Dr. Nick Norma from RCE Penang, Malaysia, and Dr. Norris from RCE. And I do hope you will enjoy this presentation today, and I'm looking forward for your participation in the competition. With that, thank you so much, and I hope you will enjoy the day. Back to you, Mira. Thank you so much.
We will now Michael
Mira, I think you are breaking
over to our first moderator to ask my. Sorry, can everybody hear me clearly?
I think you're breaking up, but
Can I be heard? Testing.
yes, we can hear you now, Mira.
All right. So sorry about the technical errors. Without further ado, we will now turn the mic over to our first speaker, Mr. Muhammad Zarif Asrani Muhammad alias from the School of Industrial Technology, USM, majoring in Bioprocess Technology. He is also the president of RCE Sejahtera Youth of RCE Penang. And Mr. Zarif has learned about SDG 3 from the content expert, Ms. Gina Kim. She is from the International Teacher Training and Formal Education Committee of RCE Tongyong. So let us listen to his speech on SDG 3, Good Health and Well-Being. Please welcome Mr. Zarif.
Thank you, Amira. All right, I'd like to share my slide. All right, thank you. Again, I would like to introduce myself. My name is Mohammad Zarif Shani Muhammad alias. I'm a final year student in studying in University of Science Malaysia at School of Industrial Technology. I'm majoring in bioprocess technology. All right, so today I will be talking about, like Miss Mira mentioned, the SDG 3, which is Sustainable Development Goals 3, good health and well-being. So first thing first, what does it mean by good health and well-being? So these are the contents of my presentation, where first part I'll talk about the introduction, next key point, the part 3, next step by the youth, and finally importance of health and well-being. Excuse me. Sorry, for the introduction, now everybody knows that SDG, or also known as the Global Goals, are a set of 17 integrated and iterated goals to end poverty, protect the planet, and ensure that us, humanity, enjoys peace and prosperity by the year 2030. So I'll be more in-depth on SDG 3, which is, again, good health and well-being, where it goes is to ensure that health and well-being for all people of all stages of life. And the goal's main concern is about universal health coverage, universal access to safe, effective, high quality medicines and vaccination for everyone, not just us, but everyone. So first thing first, what is good health and well-being? So when we say about eating well, eating good, we're not just talking about eating those sweets, the sugary sweets. We also need to think about eating our fruits, our vegetables, and also our protein, or more important, more specifically, lean protein. So why do we need to eat this? I'll say food is that these are the sources of the main nutrients, main vitamins that we need in order to help us grow well, develop well, and in and essentially just make us being more healthy. Because instead of just eating sweets, drinking sugary, gassy water, for the long term, it will help. It will make us, I say, develop much more fats, and end up we might be obesity. So why should it matters that eating well can help us develop a healthy heart, a healthy body? It means that we can enjoy our life, our routine much better, without the need or without the fear of getting sudden illness or coughing, let's say. And nowadays, if COVID-19 and other disease that is coming. So it's important to eat well to have that steady stream of nutrients and vitamins coming into our body. So again, next, medicine. So medicine, like I mentioned before, the SDG goals is to ensure that everyone has access to quality and good medicine. They don't need to walk 10 kilometers, 20 kilometers just to get a medicine that is relatively easy to get. So even now, scientists are developing, uh, say, medicines that is easier, that is cheaper for us to use, and even easier to access for those in a third world country, let's say. So yeah, why should it matters? So let's say we get sick. We don't need to, like I say, walk 20 miles, 30 miles just to find a clinic, to find a pharmacy to get the medicine, which is relatively easy for us. Uh, so that we won't have troubles in finding them, eating them, consuming them, or even, I'm sorry. Okay. Excuse me, sorry. All right, so that we can, so that the medicine that we eat, when I say it's quality, is fast action. So nowadays, even we know there is I'll say, Panadol Active Fast. Those medicine which is being years of development, so that it can have a very fast reaction time, so that we won't have to wait a few hours to feel the effect. All right. So the next step by the youth, what can the youth do to promote this SDG 3? So for the first step, which is my opinion, is the action step one: be careful of harmful bacteria and germs. We all know that children, youth always plays in sports, playing with their friends in the fields. Sometimes when they go back home, they won't even wash their hands. They straight away just eat or drink and etc. So the first thing is be careful of these harmful bacteria and germs. Remember to always wash your hand, uh, wash your body, use hand sanitizer, wear proper mask when you're going out. Nowadays, again, stressing using the hand sanitizer to sanitize your hands and also around your surroundings because again, like I mentioned, COVID-19 is still there, so be careful for everyone. Okay, the next step for youth is improving the youth awareness about good health and their well-being. So nowadays, I've seen lots of people, youth, they are like to smoke and also vape nowadays. So we need to promote that vaping and smoking is not good for them in the long term. Where smoking, it can promote bad lungs. I'm sure everyone by now they might have been looking at those dark lungs. There's been internet, so those are the effects of smoking. Next, about vaccination. So everyone must uh, know the benefits about vaccination. So if your friends or your classmate don't know or like reject the idea of getting vaccinated, please tell them otherwise. Meaning that you can help to promote those awareness about getting vaccinated, especially now the COVID-19 vaccination. And also your mental health is really, really important nowadays. There are lots of cases of youth getting depressed, getting anxiety. So help your friend in need. If your friend seems a bit distant to him nowadays, so help him, approach him, ask him about his health, and if can help him to seek help, medical help. So next step, a proper food diet and also consumption, like I said, now eating well. So nowadays, try to include in fruits and vegetables in your diet, and also the lean protein such as chicken, fish, right? And vegetables and fruit. Don't just eat rice and just protein only. You need to have a balanced diet to ensure that those protein and those nutrients and vitamins are getting absorbed by you properly. Because the main help by say vegetables is to help us digestion. So again, plan your everyday food. So not to say to need you to get to make you become fit, no, but its main purpose is to help you maintain those no, sorry, not calorie intake, those vitamin intake and nutrient intakes consistently. And finally, speak up. This is a bit correlated with the second step, where spreading youth awareness. Now, this speak up is more on spreading it to your community, your family, your close ones. So youth can help people. Uh, you help this SDG 3 by approaching people, talking them out, like telling them what is the benefit of SDG and SDG 3 itself. So if you have a voice, I'm sorry, if you have a platform that you can speak out, use it properly and speak out. So finally, the importance of good health and well-being. I'm sure along the way, I already mentioned a lot of the benefits, but its main is to build a flourishing society where a flourishing society requires healthy life and fostering well-being for all ages, from the babies to the youth, to the adult, and to the elders, where uh, when we help to promote SDG 3, it can prevent suffering from preventable diseases. Because as you all know, some countries, they have difficulties in getting medicine for such simple illness such as flu, cough. So this can help in having a accessible register for everyone. And finally, honing the youth, meaning that every youth should be well equipped with the knowledge of SDG in general, the 17 SDG, so that they can help create a better future, a better world. Thank you for listening. And before I leave, I'll quote a short quote by Mahatma Gandhi, where it is health that is real wealth and not pieces of gold and silver. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much to Mrs. Zarin. I believe your sharing has provided all of us with extremely beneficial information about healthy lifestyle issues globally. So let's move on to our next speaker. I would now like to invite Mr. Muhammad Arif Iksanuddin from Universitas Gajah Mada. So his studies is focusing on Master of American Studies and is also affiliated with RCE Yogyakarta. So he will talk about SDG 4, quality education. So Mr. Arif is coached by the content expert, Dr. Nick Norman Dikhasan from the School of Communications, USM, and she is also the Associate Fellow for RCE Penang. So to Mr. Arif, you may begin.
Okay, thank you for Miss Amira. Okay, can you listen my voice? Is my voice clear? Okay. Okay. Good morning, all. Today I would like to share uh, the topic number 4, quality education. Before I start my presentation, let me introduce myself. My name is Muhammad Arif Sanudin, and you can call me Arif here. And I'm master student of American Studies in Gajah Mada University. Okay. On the next, we have a point here, important point here, what are the Sustainable Development Goals? This is the Sustainable Development Goals, also known as the global goals, were adopted by the United Nations in 2015 as a universal call to action and to end poverty, protect the planet, and ensure that by 2030 all people enjoy peace and prosperity. And you can see there are 17 SDGs here, and I will focus in number 4, quality education. Okay, I will to the next slide. Okay, this is the goals from the SDGs number 4, quality education. We have 10 goals here. Number 1 is ensure that all girls and boys complete free, equitable, and quality primary and secondary education leading to relevant and goals for effective learning outcomes. And number 2, ensure that all girls and boys have access to quality early childhood development care and primary education, so that they are ready for primary education. Number 3, ensure equal access for all women and men to affordable and quality technical, vocation, and tertiary education, including university. Number 4, substantially increase the number of youth and adults who have relevant skill, including technical and vocational skill for employment, decent jobs, and entrepreneurship. And then number 5, eliminate gender disparities in education and ensure equal access to all levels of education and vocation training for the vulnerable, including persons with disabilities, indigenous people, and children in vulnerable situation. Number 6, ensure that all youth and substantial proportion of adults, both men and women, achieve literally and numeric. Number 7, ensure that all learners accurate to knowledge and skill needed to promote sustainable development, including among the others, through education for sustainable development and sustainable lifestyle, human rights, gender equality, promotion of a culture of peace and non-violence, global citizenship, and appreciation of cultural diversity and culture and culture's contribution to sustainable development. This is the and number 8. You can see build and upgrade education facilities that are child disability and gender sensitive and provide safe, non-violent, inclusive, and effective learning environment for all. Number 9, substantially expand globally in the number of scholarship available to developing countries. Okay, number 10, sustainably increase the supply of quality teacher. Okay, this is the 10 goals from the SDGs number 4. So, and today I will talk about one of community in Indonesia. The name is Marginal School Community. This community relevant to SDGs number 4, quality education. The name is Marginal School Community, or in Indonesia we say Komunitas Sekolah Marginal. Okay, and why Marginal School Community? We have to answer here. The first is the founder and administrator and instructor are youth volunteers who have a high consent for education for less fortunate children. And the second, the marginal school community is a member of RCE Yogyakarta also. Okay, we have from the marginal school community, we have a vision and mission here. The vision is the realization of independent and equal right for the marginalized, and our mission, number 1, strive for the freedom of marginalized children to determine their future through education assistance. Number 2, ensuring the availability of adequate access to help for marginalized group. And number 3, encouraging a marginalized group to become independent and free from poverty, both material and non-material. Okay, from this, from the history of Komunitas Sekolah Marginal or Marginal School Community, from 2004, the establishment of a scavenger area in the Kledokan area in Yogyakarta, Indonesia. This is our place. Why we will focus to the children who have not person or who have not joined the formal school, and the children are focused to looking for money and other. Okay, so the next number 2, in 2017, there is a Yayasan Rumah Impian, or the is a foundation that is there to help solve the children problem in Kledokan area. And in 2017, there is a Komunitas Pelajar Peduli, or the name is Komunitas Pelajar Peduli, the community that was built together with the high school student and college student, was started by Mbak Putri, the name is Putri, who meet the children at the Kledokan gas station. And in 2019, we have Komunitas Sekolah Marginal, or our community, Marginal School Community. We collaborate with Komunitas Pelajar Peduli. This is free command of education facility and providing free teaching to marginalized group. And in 2020, we have Sekolah Harapan or Hope School. The formation of the Harapan School was due to the high enthusiasm in the reading hope. Tereso that the division was carried out into a new school, and this is the part of marginal school community. Okay, and the next, we have 3 programs every 3 months program. The first is teaching in 3 places. The first in Sekolah Marginal or Marginal School. The second is in Harapan School, and the third is in Badran School. This is we collaborate with the name is Harapan Pian Community. The second, we also have Street Health Center. What are the activity from Street Health Center? We have a training with the Harapan Pian Community. The next is our movement to prevent stunting, and we have also the class outing event once a month teaching outside the class, and our 3-month program also volunteer upgrading, improve the volunteer skill in dealing with the children in learning activities, because every 3 months we have open recruitment to the new volunteer in 3 months. Okay, for the next. Okay, this is teaching in three places. Okay, learning activities. You can see to the slide or to the screen. This is our activities to teach the children from reading the Holy Quran and playing the game, and also and like the watching the movie and other. So this is the data of the marginal school community why we are really intense in this school, because we have 32 preferences and in citizen work in marginal school area, 32 people, 32 family we have here, uh, all of them scavenger, and the static, I'm sorry, I have a problem here. I can move my slide. Okay, okay. Okay, for the children, education in marginal school community, we have also mentally problem. There is two 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 students here, also drop out from the school or never have a school. We have 9 students here and unable to go school because their parents, the parent don't give the permission to the children to join the school or formal school is are 5 students, and also until now we have entered them, or we have get them to join the school for 6 students here. The conclusion for this slide, the livelihood of the resident are dominated by scavenger and baking, and the second is the highest dropout percentage and never from a school, and most caterpillar class also. And this is our data also from the Sekolah Harapan or Hope School. For the job parent, you can see to the screen, we have 38% laborer and 10% private employee, and 14% household assistant and others. Okay, and the education level here for primary school and senior high school and junior high school. So you can see this is for the primary school, and this is for the junior high school, and we have now the student from the senior high school. Again, and the conclusion for this our school is the economic class of resident intermediate by laborer and household assistant, and for the laborer 88% or 22 parents, and for household assistant 14%, and also 18 children enroll in elementary school and education. So this is our schedule every activities in our school. You can see, and we begin from the pre-opener and communities activities. We carry on text and games. So after that, we have a learning evaluation. After that, we have Maghrib prayer together, and then reciting the Quran, and after that is a prayer and recite, and in the last reciting the Quran evaluation. Now this is person responsible is we have a daily leader e- every day. So you can see school work activities, learning activities every from Monday until Saturday, and also this is like reading Holy Quran and other 2 weeks, once in 2 weeks, and meeting once in a month, and outline course also we have once in a month, and this is to we have central health in once in a week. Okay, from the framing social problem of the Kledekan style, this is story behind the salt. A social problem is a mismatch between the element of culture or society which integrate the life of a social group. If there is a clash between the existing element, it can cause disruption of social relations such as the secondness in the life of the group of society. So and also this is maybe the last from me from domestic issues the first we have uh, the society fear of on the police. Many residents get stolen goods from someone and later sold by residents to collector and so collector also online. And the second, we have issues other issues in compare personal bio and resistant are close about their biodata because they do not want to their profession to be known by people in their area. And also the next is the people are divided into two camps. This is we have a problem between the society inside it, and the next is electricity and the water. Almost every time the residents are worried about electric and water that resolve around it, which is uh, extra generate to other things, and the next incident in the community found this on benefit. Many residents only participate in our community if they are benefit, usually the social service agenda, and the most profitable ones are most crowded. And the other is from the Bahmin. Bahmin is the citizen leader. Bahmin is not considered a person who own collected on land, so the people like to gossip behind the Mahmin. Okay, maybe this is for the last from me. This is our quote every from marginal school community. Why so we care about the less fortunate? Because the most critical time is when no one care about. We as vulnerable people should understand the concept of caring below the human being. Okay, thank you so much.
All right, thank you so much, Mr. Arif, for the informative sharing on marginal school community. Now let's listen to our last speaker for today. I would like to invite Mr. Minwook Choi from Dongban High School and affiliated with RCA Tanjong. The final topic for today is SDG 15, Life on Land, and Dr. Ardya Nareswari is the content expert for this topic. So to Mr. Minwook Choi, you may now begin.
Hello, everyone. I'm Cho Minuk, a student of Dongwon High School in Dongyang, South Korea. Today, I'm going to talk about SDG 15, Life on Land. Before that, I would like to introduce a special program in RCE Dongyang. RCE Dongyang ran a program called Bridge to the World. The goal of the program is to help students think globally and act locally. The program uses a special learning tool called Project-Based Learning, PBL. With this, students can join a team and run a long-term project. They can freely decide the goals and directions of their project. To support this, various experts guide them. In 2021, RC Dongyang opened BTW Dream School. Dream School was designed to provide students with both job experience and PBL. Its intention was to use the professional expertise to carry out high-level projects about SDGs. There were 4 types of schools: film, coding, cooking, and press. Among them, Cooking School and Press School ran a project related to today's topic, SDG 15. SDG 15, Life on Land, is a goal of protecting and restoring the terrestrial ecosystem. Cooking class has set forest protection as a topic. Students found a problem that factory farming causes deforestation. To solve this, they tried to reduce livestock by using meat alternatives. Press School has set waste minimization as a topic. They found that landfill and incineration produce serious toxins. In addition, they found out that the COVID-19 pandemic has stimulated plastic consumption, and thus the amount of waste has increased. To solve this, students produced a news video about the seriousness of the waste problem. Next, I'm going to explain specific activities of each school. First, in Cooking School, students set a goal to expand vegan school meal in Tongyang. Vegan meals can replace meat and increase students' vegetable consumption. This is the timeline of Cooking School. First, students learned basic things of vegan culinary by studying theories and practicing cooking. Later, they made their own vegan school meal recipes. Students opened a pop-up store at the RC Center and introduced the recipe. These are vegan school meals and recipe books displayed in the pop-up store. Students developed 2 types of vegan meals and shared recipe books for school. School officials and politicians also visited the pop-up store. They said they were impressed by the students' effort and the value of the SDGs. This is the end of the Cooking School. Next, in Press School, students set a goal to report local environmental issues, specifically waste issues, to Tongyang citizens. Tongyang is a port city. Most of the land is facing the sea. Accordingly, marine waste problem is serious. Students try to protect the local ecosystem by reporting the situation to the public. This is the timeline of the press school. In the first class, students learned media theory and practiced reporting. Along with a professional journalist, students conducted site shooting and interview. Through these processes, the students made a news video and released it at the RC Center presentation. You can check the video on YouTube. This is the end of the press school. Including me, all the students who participated the program think that BTW Dream School was a great experience. Project work that combines job and SDGs helps students design their own future. In addition, it informs the value of professional expertise in terms of the environment. Students started to think globally, and it leads to local action. Now, the students function as intellectuals who can teach and spread the value of SDGs. In conclusion, the BTW project had a positive impact on both students and society. This is end of my presentation. Thank you for listening.
Thank you so much to Mr. Minwoo Choi for highlighting us on the conservation and sustainable efforts regarding life on land. So the presentation by Mr. Minwoo Choi marks the end of our presentation for today. So now let's move on to the Q&A and quiz session. So for the participants, you can now ask questions by unmuting your microphones or by typing your questions in the chat box. As for our Facebook viewers, please type your questions in the comment section. So once again, to all of the participants, if you have any questions that you want to direct to any of the presenters today, you can unmute your microphones or you can type it in the chat box. As for our Facebook viewers, you can type your questions in the comment section.
Hi, good morning. Can I ask a question?
Yes, please go ahead.
Okay, thank you to all the presenters. Very interesting and informative presentations. I have one question for the presenter from RCE Tongyong. For your cooking school, is it cooking class? Did you do the activities at your school or at the RCE center? Thank you.
Mr. Minwoo Choi, I believe a question was directed at you.
Oh, sorry, I was Oh, can you give me the question again? I'm sorry.
Okay. Thank you for your presentation. I think the programs are very um, uh, interesting. Yeah, and congratulations to RCE Tongyong. Can you share the project on cooking school? Did you implement it in the school or at the center? And then the involvement of different schools, or can you just explain a bit? Thank you.
Uh, yes, yes, I participated in press school and I watched cooking school students and mm, so
If you know about the cooking school, okay.
then
But if not, that's okay. Yeah.
thank you, thank you.
I believe we have another question from Su Wei Jie. What is the challenge now to achieve the three SDGs, SDG 3, 4, and 15? So maybe we can go through the presenters one by one regarding the challenges that you think you face, starting with SDG 3.
All right, sure. For SDG 3, the challenges, what I can see nowadays is that people are more inclined to eat those like fast foods. I think it's not nowadays, it's been for a very long time. Is that people are now being exposed to those much healthier alternative. But like I can say that now need to have much more um, uh, much cheaper, healthier food. Because nowadays people are aware of their health food, but then when they look at the price, I'm sure everyone will know that healthier foods are a bit pricier compared to those fast food or junk food. So I think that is the challenges for SDG 3 nowadays in terms of diet. But for medicine, uh, inaccessible for everyone, I think those it's kind of hard to say for my part because medicine is quite, let's say, it's a good, I'll say nowadays there are lots of medicine, but then it's hard to make it access for everyone in due to some circumstances that I think it might be overcome, but I think it will take time for it. That's all for me from SDG 3.
Thank you, Mr. Zarif. Maybe Mr. Arif, you can share what are the challenges you think you face for SDG 4?
Okay, thank you, Ms. Amira. On the challenges in SDGs number 4 in our community, the parents doesn't we have no permission from their parents because why parents doesn't and they think if the education is not important to their children. So in their mind, the important way is looking for money from the child until yeah. So the parents uh, other the other the children to look for the money. This is the challenger for us. But until they they doesn't enter on the formal school from the child until yeah from the 5 years old until 7 years old, they doesn't enter the formal school. But our goals here, 6 of students from our community, they can continue their study on the education in formal school, and they can continue to the junior high school or the senior high school and until in the university. Okay, maybe just this from me. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Arif. I believe that has answered your question. So finally, for SDG 15, Mr. Choi, would you like to shed some light on what are the challenges that you face in implementing this SDG?
So the SDG 15 is to save Earth ecosystem, and as I presented, the meat and livestock is the main problem. So, but many people don't know the livestock are polluting the ecosystem. Yes, and how it causes forest destruction. So I think we need to inform public to this current situation, and also I think we have to use the public's power to solve all of these environmental problems. So we have to inform the situation, and we need to inform the uh, methods in matters to publics. We need to research and we need to organize the informations and we need to announce to the public. That's the way. That's the way I think.
Thank you, Mr. Minwook Choi. So the next question from Amira Kairina. Would it be possible to achieve all the SDG concepts in the foreseeable future? I believe this question is quite general, so maybe one of the presenters, you can answer this based on your personal opinion.
I believe, allow me to talk first. So sorry, Arif and Mingkok Choi. For SDG 3, I can see that it is achievable in the near future for SDG 3 for us to gain like good health and well-being. Because like I mentioned before, people nowadays are very are very already exposed to those healthier lifestyle, those accessible medicine, those cheaper medicine. So they just need a little bit more push from us. So I can see that in the near future, maybe 10 years or so, it is possible to achieve it.
Thank you, Mr. Zarif. Would Mr. Arif or Mr. Minwook Choi like to add on to that?
Okay, maybe please. Sorry, Mr. Minwook. Okay, for the SDG number for quality education, of course, this is achievable to the future, especially in 2030. Because from the we need also from the technology, from the education, also education is very important. Who have no education, maybe every one of you have a dream from maybe I will be a lecturer, I will be a police, I will be army and other, I will be a teacher also. You must have an education skill in every specification of your dreams. Maybe for this thing, of course, everything for SDGs number 1 until 17. This is need the education also. So the quality education is very important to the all of SDGs. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Mr. Arif. Mr. Minwook Choi, would you like to add anything on?
Yes, I agree to the other participants' opinion. So education, yes, yes, I'm high school students, and I also think education is the key. Okay, so students in my age are very busy because they have to. Yes, very busy, so they have no time to think about environment. So, they don't want to. Yes, they don't want to do some environment things. So we need to change. I think we need to change the school to get consumer. Yes, I think we need to make students to get concern the environment and do many yes, environment educations.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Minwook Choi. So the next question, I believe, is for SDG 15. So Amira Suraya wants to know, how can we as normal individuals implement the SDG concept of life on land in our daily lives? So, Mr. Minwook Choi, I believe this question is directed towards your presentation.
Sorry. I got problem with my audio. Can you say again?
Sure. So the question is, how can we as normal individuals implement the SDG concept of life on land in our daily lives?
In daily lives. I mentioned the problem of livestock and meat consumption is serious. So first, I think we need to slowly change our meals and diets to protect the environment, and also yes, that's all I can think at now. Sorry.
Okay, I believe that answered the question. So thank you, Mr. Minwook Choi. And the next question comes from Ami Danisha. And it is, how would you implement SDGs in school, especially as a normal student that has no position like being a head girl or a head boy? So would any of the presenters like to answer this first?
I believe that even if we don't have a position in at school or high position, as you mentioned, like head boy or head girl, head boy or head girl, you can voice out your opinion towards everyone. Um, Meaning that you can first for my opinion, slowly promote the SDG to your classmate. So in the end, they will promote it to their classmate, to their friends from other classmates, from other course. So this will create a ripple effect, if I'm not mistaken. So it'll become bigger, 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 and much more. In the end, everyone in school would know about the SDG. So that's a way to promote SDG without really having a high position, like the question mentioned before.
Thank you, Mr. Zarif. Mr. Arif or Mr. Minwook Choi, would you like to add on?
Sorry, Miss Amira. This is from the chat box. I have a question from the Mr. Ali Bahzat. Can I answer for the question? I'm sorry, the question.
I believe that's possible. I think Mr. Zarif answered the question before this on how to implement SDGs quite well. So I think we can move on to the next question from Ali Bazat.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Thank you from Mr. Ali Bazat. Okay, for his question, how can we push the parent to send their children to the school? Okay, in our community, we have a catering from our community with their parents. So we explain if in the parents' mind, the important one is looking for money, just money, money, and money, no other. Education is not important. We explain to them, if we have a school, if we have a school, every day we just can get maybe every day we just have in admission 100,000 rupiahs. So if you have if your children have education, maybe in a day you can get 1 million rupiahs in Indonesia. So we make a gather, so we expand by what you say, the logic by logically by the logica. So we expand them. If your student or if your children enter the formal school, the what is say the important one on you can get more than your children right now. Maybe it can. This is the good answer for me. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Mr. Arif. I believe that those are all of the questions, but before we end our Q&A session, would any of the content experts like to add anything on? Maybe if you have, for the content experts, if you have anything to add on to what the presenter said, or you would like to give your opinion from a different point of view, we would gladly appreciate it if you would share it with all of us here. All right, so I guess that is it for our Q&A session. First of all, I would like to say thank you so much to all of the participants for your questions, and of course, thank you to the presenters for answering them. We hope that this Q&A session and also the presentation has been able to elevate your understanding on the Sustainable Development Goals. So before we say goodbye, we would like to have a very quick photo session with everybody here today. So I would like to ask all of you to please turn on your cameras, and once everyone is ready, I'll count down from 3, 2, 1. All right, I see everyone is slowly turning on their cameras. Our content experts are ready. Dr. Japarin is also ready. To the participants who haven't turned on your camera, please do turn them on and join us for our photo session. All right, so everyone get ready, and I'll count down from 3, 2, 1, and our staff will take a screenshot. So 3, 2, 1. All right, another pose. 3, 2, 1. All right, one more. 3, 2, 1. All right, one last one. 3, 2, 1. All right, thank you so much to everyone. So before we end our program today, I have an announcement to all of the participants. So please take note that for you to be entitled for the e-certificate, you must scan the QR code that is shown on screen or click on the link given in the chat box and complete the quiz given. So once again, a reminder to all of the participants, for you to be entitled for the e-certificate, you must scan the QR code that is being shown on screen, or you can click the link that has been given in the chat box and complete it by today. All right, so I saw during the Q&A session, a lot of you were asking about the video composition. So this is a quick reminder for all of the primary and secondary school students who have attended this online program. You are all eligible to enter the video competition organized by us. So a short brief on the video competition. So the theme of the video must be in correlation with the 3 SDG topics that were presented today, which are SDG 3, 4, and 15. We also have exciting prizes lined up as well, starting from 100 ringgit up to 500 ringgit for first place. And the closing date for the video competition is on 28 September 2022. Once again, the closing date is on 28 September 2022. So we hope to see many of you taking part in this. You can also refer to the poster for more information, which we will share on the RCE Penang Facebook page. So once again, before we bid you goodbye, if you have joined this session today, please make sure to answer the quiz through the link that is being given inside the chat box, or you can scan the QR code that is being shown on screen right now for your e-certificate. And the e-certificate will be sent to your registered email within 2 weeks after today's program. And also to all of the primary and secondary school students, you are all eligible to take part in the video competition. And we have very exciting prizes lined up for you, starting from 100 ringgit up to 500 ringgit. So make sure to submit your video by 28 September, and we hope to see many of you taking part. And with that marks the end of our program for today. So thank you so much to everyone for being here with us today. Thank you to our presenters, the content experts, and of course to all of the participants who took time to join us today. So stay safe, and we wish you a good weekend. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh, and goodbye.